Hi, I'm going to show how to use C# scripting to explore web applications and incrementally build their test automation frameworks. As you might know, C# doesn't have a reputation of a scripting language, but it's all changing, thanks to compiler services codenamed Roslyn and an open source project scriptcs started by Glenn Block. In this short demo, we will navigate an international movie database, IMDb, and we'll be using scriptcs together with another open source library called FluentAutomation. This one is maintained by Brandon Sterneman. So let's start from the very beginning, installing scriptcs. To install scriptcs, we will use a chocolate installer. If you don't have it in your machine, you should grab it. You will never regret. It will simplify the process of installation of various applications, scriptcs being one of them. In the command line window, just write cinst scriptcs. I already have scriptcs on my machine, so I will get a feedback from Chocolate that scriptcs is already installed. Otherwise, it would have downloaded and installed it. Once scriptcs is set up, we can proceed with packages that we will need for our scripting session. But before we do that, let's give scriptcs a quick try. So I write scriptcs and my scripting session commences. I can simply write console write line hello world, and I will get a greeting back. But this video is about website scripting, so we need some extra libraries. For our website exploration exercise, we could use Selenium, the most popular web automation framework. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use FluentAutomation, that calls Selenium WebDriver internally, but exposes a different API, in my opinion more suitable for ad hoc scripting and understandable for non-technical people, which makes it a good choice to translate product specifications. Scriptcs uses NuGet to identify and load packages. So in order to load FluentAutomation library for Selenium, I need to write scriptcs install FluentAutomation Selenium Web Driver. This is a package ID. That will install the actual package and all its dependencies, such as FluentAutomation Core and Selenium WebDriver. We don't need to care about it. This is handled by NuGet. Right, what's next? Let's see if we can now do something more interesting than just greeting the world. FluentAutomation exposes a class called FluentTest, which is supposed to be a base class for our specific test classes. But we are scripting, so we won't declare any classes. Instead, we will instantiate FluentTest directly and start calling its methods. So we are in scriptcs now and will create a test object. Scriptcs complained. Although we don't need to create classes, we still need to hint scriptcs about namespaces we're going to use, except for some common system namespaces that scriptcs imports for us on start. To fix the error, we need to write using FluentAutomation, and the test object is created. A FluentTest class exposes a very convenient property called I that can be used to command the WebDriver in behavioral manner. IOpen, iClick. We can redefine I as a variable in our script, like this. Another error. And this one is because we need to bootstrap the WebDriver with some setup information, like which browser to use. This is simple. I have 3 lines of bootstrapping code that I paste in scriptcs window. The first line tells FluentAutomation to use Chrome. The second one prevents it from minimizing all windows on start. And the third one sets default wait timeout to be 1 second. Now we should be able to start scripting. I open. www.imdb.com. At last, we are getting something. This is an IMDb website. Looks promising. So now the actual exploration starts. Let's set a simple goal for this web automation session. Suppose we want to navigate to a list of best movies and find 10th best movie, which brings us to Fight Club. So we will need to command WebDriver to first hover the mouse over Movies top menu, locate sub-element called top 250, and then when it reaches next page, in the movie table, find 10th element. This task requires inspection of web UI elements with some trials and failures. And scripting can drastically improve this process. We can issue various commands, some of them resulting in failures and even exceptions. But in most cases, we won't need to restart the session or open a new browser window. We can just experiment on the fly. So let's start inspecting UI elements. Movies. How do we get there? Inspect element. Okay. It's a paragraph with a class nav category. So we should probably hover the mouse over the element P with class nav category and text that contains movies. And after we get there, we should be able to find sub-element. Let's inspect it. It's a list. It's an anchor inside the list element, which contains text top 250. So let's script it. Back to scriptcs. We are now ready to write commands that we will send to the browser. And the first command will be to open the top menu Movies. And we will use standard CSS notation. So the command will look like this. I hover, then over the element with the following CSS search criteria. And this succeeds. As you see, now the top menu Movies is open. We can try something else. For example, try to open another top menu which contains celebs. Yeah, it works too, which means that we can probably later parameterize this command. Back to Movies, and while we have it open, we should be able to click on top 250 element. Okay, I click, and that is a list. Child A contains top 250. And we are on top 250 movies page. If you just try to click on it without opening Movies top menu first, it will not succeed. Or we can first open celebrity, and then try to click. That won't work either. So we need to first open Movies, and then while we have it open, we can click on top 250 item. So we are on that page. And here on this page, we need to find 10th element, which will bring us to Fight Club. I will save you from the actual element inspection, which took some time, but also it was quite easy because I could just try everything from script window. So eventually I came up with the following command. I need to click on element with ID main, then from there I need to go to the second table, and from there I need to click on the, not on 10th, but on 11th row, because the first row is the header. So tr ends of type 11. And that's not all, it should also have a anchor. Okay, and we are on Fight Club page. We're done. Can we improve efficiency of our scripting process even more? Yes, we can. If we package our script commands into classes, and these classes can be placed inside script files, and these files can be loaded into scriptcs. Let's have a look. Here we have a web test class, which we placed inside imdb test csx. Csx is C# scripting file. So you can see we wrapped all our script commands into other methods. Here it's one-to-one mapping, but of course you can package sequence of commands into high-level commands, essentially building internal DSLs that will closely match your product specification. So let's have a quick look at our newly created script file. So we load the file, load imdb test csx. Once it's loaded, we can start calling the methods which are defined on the object user. User opens site, and it starts Chrome driver and goes right to IMDb. Now next, user opens menu movies, then user selects menu item top to 50. We are on 250 best movies page, and finally the user selects item by rank, and this time it will be movie number 7, which brings us to 12 Angry Men. And finally user closes site. And this brings us to an end of our scripting session, where we explored web automation technique using scriptcs and FluentAutomation. Thanks for watching.